What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a Los Angeles Lakers fan. The NBA trade deadline is coming up very soon, and from what we're hearing, the Lakers are right now making so many calls, they're trying to make a big time move. We're going to be talking about things surrounding Andre Drummond, things surrounding Anthony Davis, and potential players that I believe will be perfect for the Lakers. The Lakers right now don't look as dominant as they should be, and that's why I am expecting something to happen during this year's NBA trade deadline. So if you're a big Lakers fan, you're gonna like this. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Lakers.
You know, one of the things you're always doing in the front office is you're running scenarios just to be prepared. You know, I've said at the beginning of the season, sometimes it feels like a grand chess game, and you want to study the moves and study what other teams are doing. And so we're always doing that. But at the same time, you don't want to tinker or change something that's working extraordinarily well. And so we'll be mindful of that too. We do have one open roster spot right now that at some point in the season will probably get use. We wanted to use the first, third to really see where the holes are or the needs are. But that's definitely a tool at some point that'll come into play. And, then you were talking about the trade deadline too. You never know what may come your way. And so we're preparing in advance for that just to make sure we're doing all we can to defend the title.
The NBA trade deadline is on March 25th, and as I'm making this video on March 15th, that is literally less than 2 weeks away. From this interview you just watched by Rob Pelinka, he says himself that the Lakers are kind of playing it like a chess game. They're trying to make moves, they're trying to figure out the right actions, and honestly right now, I believe it's the perfect time for a checkmate. As I make this video, the Lakers have a record of 25-13, which ranks them as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, and I'm gonna be honest, I've always been comfortable seeing the Lakers at the very top, at the number 1 seed. The fact that the Lakers right now are not doing so well has to do a lot with them not having Anthony Davis, and then of course with the Utah Jazz playing spectacular, but still, the Lakers know that this season they have to be better because right now they're not living up to expectation. A life lesson that I live by every single day is even though you're known or recognized to be the best, there's always room for improvement, there's always room to get better, and that's why I love Rob Pelinka and the Lakers' mindset during this year's NBA trade deadline. They don't want to sit back and do nothing, they're going to be aggressive and try to make moves. But before talking about that, I want to talk about the new updates that just happened with the Lakers. Some important things just came up for the team. We just got some news from Shams that the Lakers' Jared Dudley has a right MCL tear and is evaluating his treatment option, team says. If you guys don't know what an MCL tear is, oh boy, that's not a good injury. Jared Dudley, I hope you get better. But what I'm trying to say is that Jared Dudley would probably not be playing on the Lakers anymore. If anything, he's going to be out for the rest of the season. And I believe with this happening, the Lakers have to take some action here. A lot of you Laker fans out there actually want the Lakers to waive Jared Dudley. He hasn't been the best or hasn't really played or given up some impactful minutes. And with this happening, the Lakers might actually have a potential available roster spot. I know there are so many free agents on the market that you Laker fans want the Lakers to get. So after I read this tweet, I went on Google and searched up if an NBA team is able to waive an injured player. And guess what? You can. So if I were to guess, Jared Dudley's next report will be him missing the rest of the season, and then the Lakers end up waiving him to have another available roster spot. Jared Dudley, I hope you get better. I'm actually a big fan of you. And then another report that we got from Shams today was that the Lakers star Anthony Davis, his calf strain, will be re-evaluated in 2 weeks, which means AD could be back very soon. If you guys don't know this, when Anthony Davis first went down, the Lakers said he'll miss 4 weeks, and as I'm making this video, it's literally on the 4-week mark. And the fact that they're giving 2 more weeks of an evaluation, I always knew this was coming. The Lakers were going to take Anthony Davis' injury and recovery very slow. And honestly, I feel it's a good decision taking Anthony Davis slow. They want him fully healthy for the playoffs. But then we got another report today from Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports, and this is what he said. I'll be honest, it's kind of worrisome for Anthony Davis. Davis could be sidelined for the next 3 weeks, and possibly beyond. The Lakers will be overly cautious in their approach to working Davis back, even at the cost of slipping in the standings, which has already occurred. Without having Anthony Davis, the Lakers are more likely to lose games, but of course with Anthony Davis, they're more likely to win games. So if you were a Lakers coach or a Lakers manager, which approach would you take? Bring AD back to get a better seed in the Western Conference, or take him slow and get him ready for the playoffs? Let me know your thoughts on that. I'll be honest, there's a win or lose situation in both aspects. But one thing's for sure, when AD comes back, I want to see him fully healthy. So with that being said, we're going to move forward to the NBA trade talk conversation, talking about trades the Lakers right now are engaged in. According to The Athletic and Shams, the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets are Andre Drummond's top buyout suitors. And then of course another tweet, Rockets stay engaged with Bucks, Heat, and the Lakers on PJ Tucker. Guys, from this tweet alone, we're gonna see Andre Drummond or PJ Tucker potentially in the purple and gold very soon, within the next week. And honestly, I believe both players are perfect for the Lakers right now. When talking about Andre Drummond, he right now is the Lakers' favorite, or in other words, their top priority when it comes to this year's NBA trade deadline. According to the Cavaliers right now are trying to trade Drummond, but no one in the NBA wants him. All they're asking for is a second-round pick, and literally nobody wants to give him that. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised. An NBA player that's one of the best rebounders, come on guys, Andre Drummond is in his prime, don't miss his opportunity. From what we're hearing, the Cavaliers and Andre Drummond are more likely to enter the buyout market. The Cavs are going to waive Andre Drummond out, which means he'll be a free agent and can sign with any NBA team. From what it looks like, this is what's going to happen. No NBA team wants Drummond, and in the Lakers' perspective, they have to target Andre Drummond as much as possible. Whether it's LeBron James giving him a call, whether it's them giving him $100,000 more, I don't know. The Lakers do not want the Brooklyn Nets to get Andre Drummond. We all know what the Brooklyn Nets just did. They signed Blake Griffin out of a buyout market situation. And with the Brooklyn Nets having Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and now Blake Griffin, the Lakers, I'll be honest, they're kind of scared. They gotta get Andre Drummond, somebody to match that Blake Griffin signing. And in my opinion, Drummond is better than Blake. Ever since the beginning of the season, after losing Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, Laker fans believed the front court needed a lot more help, especially at the center position, because right now, the Lakers are not happy with Marc Gasol. A lot of you Laker fans are saying that the Lakers must waive Marc Gasol or trade Marc Gasol. I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe Marc Gasol is an expendable player, meaning somebody they must move, they must get rid of. I still believe he'll be a great asset to a championship run. He has NBA experience, he's a leader, and of course, if the Lakers get Andre Drummond, Marc Gasol would be a perfect third center behind Drummond and Montrezl Harrell. I believe if the Lakers ultimately get Andre Drummond, it is the best case scenario. It is the best situation for them right now, as I don't see them making a big time trade anytime soon. I see them using the buyout market to the best of their advantage. Imagine the Lakers having one of the best playmakers in the NBA of LeBron James and having one of the best rebounders and one of the best blockers of AD. The Lakers' depth would be incredible. PJ Tucker, on the other hand, is a very popular target when it comes to the Lakers looking for a small-time trade in exchange for a veteran leader, or in other words, a defensive monster, a defensive lockdown defender. When talking about the Houston Rockets and PJ at the beginning of the season has already requested a trade, going all the way back to when James Harden got traded. Tucker also wanted to be moved. And right now, with the Rockets being one of the worst teams in the NBA, Tucker wants out immediately and he's frustrated. It was just reported today that the Lakers are actually in active talks with the Rockets in an exchange trade for Tucker. And from what we believe, it's a trade either of Marc Gasol or Alex Caruso in exchange for PJ Tucker. And then the Lakers maybe give Alfonso McKinney or Markieff Morris as well. I don't believe they're giving any draft picks in this deal. What I love about Tucker though is his contract. It's not expensive. It's only about $6 million, and that's why a lot of NBA contenders are trying to get Tucker. And I believe if the Lakers can get him in a low-end trade, a low-key trade, it's a win-win. It's a bang for your buck. The Lakers right now don't really have somebody at the power forward position that could be a lockdown defender when it comes to a player coming off the bench, and I believe with Tucker's leadership, his grit and grind personality, somebody that has played against LeBron James for a long time now, joining LeBron would give the Lakers defense a whole new upgrade. Another player that I believe the Lakers must target, ultimately, if they don't get Andre Drummond or Tucker, I believe the Lakers should get Demarcus Cousins. We all know a few weeks ago, the Houston Rockets waived Demarcus Cousins, and so far, no NBA team has signed him. There are some rumors and theories out there that the Lakers actually already contacted Boogie. They said, hey, we're going to try to get Andre Drummond, but if Drummond ultimately does not come to us, we're going to sign you. And I believe with Boogie right now going for the NBA championship, he wants to go to the Lakers or simply go to a favorite team. I don't want to see Boogie on the Brooklyn Nets. That would be too OP, too overpowered. So I don't know what the Lakers plan on doing. I still believe Boogie is a great target, even if they don't get Andre Drummond. Even if they get Andre Drummond, why not get Boogie? The good thing about Drummond and Demarcus Cousins though is that during their career right now, they kind of have to take a step back and take a minimal role. And that's why giving them veterans minimum contract, especially if the Lakers end up waiving Jared Dudley, it would make a lot of sense. The Lakers' depth would be incredible at the front court where they're trying to get better at right now. Andre Drummond is the first priority in my opinion, but getting Tucker and Boogie wouldn't be bad ideas as well. So ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the Lakers, their update, and some potential moves they should make. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Which one of these players do you believe is the top priority? Do you believe Andre Drummond will choose the Lakers over the Nets? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!